what total surface area and lateral surface area are. So total surface area is all of the surfaces of the figure. Lateral surface area does not include what? Bases. Okay, so lateral surface area for a cylinder will be the part that goes around the circle, not the actual circle bases themselves. Now, for formulas for the surface area of cylinders, your total surface area is 2 times pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay? Lateral surface area is 2 pi r h. Let's talk about these two formulas and why we have them. Okay, so when you're looking at the total surface area, this part of the formula right here, pi r squared, what is that for? Area of what? Area of a circle. Okay? So we take the area of a circle times 2. Why would we take the area of a circle times 2? 2 circle bases, right? So here are your bases. 2 pi r h. This is going to give you the area of both bases. 2 pi r squared, I'm sorry. Over here we have 2 pi r h. What about this part of the formula? 2 pi r. What is that?
That's the circle thing?
Circumference, right. So here we have the circumference formula. And then we're taking it times the height. Why would we do that?
Because the cylinder, it has the... Because the cylinder's
round. We need the circumference, and then what? What is this?
And the height. That's the height.
The height over here, right?
I'm confused.
Okay, so when we look at, John, please. When we look at the net of a cylinder, we have the two bases. And then what shape does the lateral face end up being? A rectangle. So how do we figure out how far it is from one end of our rectangle to the other? It's going to give us the height, but how do we figure out this distance here, red to red?
You have to find the circumference.
Find the circumference. It's the same thing as what's going to get wrapped around the circle, right?
Yes.
So that's why we have the circumference formula over here times the height. We're actually finding the circumference formula is helping us find the length of the rectangle in the net, and then we're multiplying it times the height. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To anyone? Yes? Okay, so we're using circumference of our base to figure out how long the rectangle is in this net of the cylinder. And multiply that times the height to get the area of this rectangle right there. So we need the area of the two circles plus the area of the rectangle that is the lateral face. Okay, so example number 1, we have two circular bases, and then we have the curved surface that wraps around. When you unwrap it, it is a rectangle.
Wait.
All right, so first, we've got, when we look at these formulas, do we have diameter anywhere in these formulas? No, it's all radius. So the first thing we're going to need to do when we're finding the surface area of a cylinder is find the radius. Okay. So up here on this picture, what did they give us? Diameter or radius?
Radius is 3.
Radius is 3 right here. So I'm just going to write r equals 3 next to number 1. R equals 3. And then you're going to find the area of the bases of the circles and multiply times 2 because there are two bases. So area of a circle, the formula is pi r squared. So if I do 3.14 times 3 squared, anybody have a calculator out? They can do that?
Yeah, I have.
Here, I'll do it right quick.
I got it.
Anybody have a calculator? Oh, there. What is 3 squared? 9. 3.14 times 9.
28.26.
What's that?
28.26.
Sit down, please.
Sorry.
28.26, and then we have have two bases, so times 2 will make what? What's that? 56.52. Okay. So now we have the area of both bases, 56.52 units squared. We don't have a unit on here. Then we're going to find the area of the rectangle. So the length of the rectangle is the same as the circumference of a circle. So let's find out what is the circumference of the circle. 2 pi r. What's 2 times pi times 3? See, 3 times 6.28. 18.84. Okay. Is this the area of my lateral?
No.
What is it? What's that?
You have to add 56.52 to it.
Well, what is 18.84? What is that?
So that's the
Circumference.
circumference, the length of it.
That's the length of the rectangle, right?
So you have to do that
Now what do we have to do? Times the height, which is? What's the height of that cylinder? 8. Okay, so we're going to take 18.84 times 8. And what do we get? 550.72? So 150.7. Okay. And now what do we do, Lauren, after we have the area of the lateral and the area of our bases? Now we add them together. So we're going to take 150.72 plus 56.52.
207.24.
Okay, units squared, right, for area? Mark, do you have a question? The lateral, we don't include the bases. So we found the lateral right here when we did the area of the rectangle. So this is the lateral. 150.72 units squared. Any questions so far? Okay. Here's another example. You have a large cylinder here. If it helps you to make the net, to draw out the net, go ahead and draw out the net and label the net. So you get all the pieces. You know the radius is equal to 1 and the height is equal to 7. Okay? So the radius is 1.
What is that equal in the formula? Just trying to clarify something. Like,
On this formula over here,
oh, wait, that was. Okay.
that kind of looks like T. Okay, so for our lateral surface area, this is going to be the rectangle, the face. What formula do we use to find the face? Look back at your notes. Which formula do we use to find the height? It's not 2 pi r times the height. 2 pi r h. 2 pi r being the circumference, and then take the circumference times the height to find the lateral surface area. Okay, so we have 2 times 3.14 times the radius of 1 times the height of 7. Yes? So you can multiply 2 times 1 times 7, and that's going to be what? 14 times 3.14. And what is our lateral surface area then? Anybody got it? 3.14 times 14.
43.96. Wow, I got the exact same thing.
Okay? And that's 2 pi r squared, because we have 2 circles, we take pi r squared times 2. So that's going to be 2 times 3.14 times 1 squared. What's 1 squared? 1 times 3.14 times 2. Okay, we can do 6.28 times 1, which ends up at 6.28 units squared. So now what do we do? Add plus 43.96. 50.24 units squared. Okay. Any questions? Got another example. All right. So lateral surface area.
2 pi r.
2 pi RH, right? All right. And then fill in 2
2 times 3.14
times
times 3 times
9. And what will we use for total surface area then? What do we have to add to it?
2 times pi
Pi r squared, which will be 2 times 3.14 times 3 squared. And then we'll have to add the lateral, right? Go ahead and work that out and tell me what you get. Okay, so the lateral ends up being 169.56 units squared. And then the area of the bases ends up being 56.52 units squared. And we add the lateral on to get the total surface area of 226.08 units squared. All right. The last example here uses decimals. Okay, and we're just going to set it up because you'll probably be using your calculator today to figure it out anyway. But setting it up,
2 pi r cut.
2 pi r times the height, 2 times 3.14 times, what's the radius? 1.8, and the height is 3.5. And then we're going to add that to the area of the basis, which is 2, what?
Pi r squared.
2 pi r squared. 2 times 3.14 times 1.8 squared.
Lateral surface area is 39.564.
39.564. Okay. Meters squared. What's the area of the bases?
It is 20.347.
20.347 meters squared, and we're going to add on the 39.564. 59.911 meters squared. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
59.911.